Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to When Saturdays Come With Me, Dry Bry. Look, I felt I needed to come on this morning. I wouldn't normally do it unless there were anything really interesting to talk about. But it's rife about Chris Wilder. Has he got the sack? Has he left by mutual consent? Is he leaving? Is he not? X has been quite full on it. I've had lots of messages asking me the question, what do I know? I know as much as anybody else, and even via the contacts that the people I've been talking to this morning, people are keeping very quiet. I know other than people are saying it's been discussed. There's no smoke without fire, that is definite. But I think sooner or later we're going to find out. Whether that's today, I'm not sure. But I think the board need to come out, either back him or not, and let us know, the fans know. We've got a big summer ahead of us, haven't we? And to change the manager now, is that a good thing? After the rebuild, do we need Chris to finish the job off? And if the board don't want that, why? There's got to be a reason why they would not want Chris in charge. Whether Chris still wants to do the job, I don't know. Whether he's still got the fight in his belly for another crack at the championship, again, I don't know the answer to that. But we've got to remember, even if Chris goes, who are we going to replace him with? Is there anybody out there who's better equipped to know how to run Sheffield United? Now, the board will have the reasons one way or another, whether they're going to back or sack Chris, or whether it's going to be a mutual consent thing. I don't know whether AI's got something to do with that. Again, it's all up in the air, and people are surmising. There's comments coming out from different parts of social media, surmising whether he has got sacked or not, or whatever the reason is. Nobody seems to know other than the board. And I think they should come out and tell us the reasons behind it, who they've got in mind to replace him, whether they've got an open mind about it. Obviously, there'll be people out there who will jump at the chance to manage Sheffield United. But there were rumours flying around even mid-season after the Coventry game. I heard little bits that people weren't very happy, and people weren't happy about the disciplinary stuff, about the fines we were getting because we didn't get promotion and we lost at Wembley and all of that. You hear all the rumours and you hear all the counterproductive comments about it, and people can make comments when it's a bit raw. Certainly after Wembley, even myself, and we're all really down in dumps and stuff like that. But I have not heard anything officially that Chris is either with us or he isn't. I hope he still is. My personal view is I don't think he should go. He's done a fantastic job at Sheffield United since 2015-16. You know, when we're in League One, let's not forget that. I know he left and then come back after Eki, and then did a complete rebuild from scratch beginning of last season. Why? What my mindset is, what has actually happened for that to change after the rebuild? We need to improve on what we've got, not changing the manager unless they've got other thoughts and ideas of somebody who could come in and do it differently. Wants the style of play to be different, or whatever it is. I don't know. I mean, I can't give you an honest answer. Please put your comments in and let me know, because I'd love to know what you lot feel about it out there as well, because everybody's got an opinion on this. I think 90% of people still want Wilder with us anyway. So to me, it would be a very big decision for the board to let Chris go. The other day he was still in charge because he made comments about the new player coming in from Bulgaria. Obviously, he was saying that he was something to work with the stats that he got regarding this new player and all the rest of it. I'm a firm believer of getting a balance right on AI. I'll come on to that now, actually, because you can't be watching as an ex-scout. You need to be looking at players with your eye as well. It's all right putting stats out there saying, oh, he can do X number of passes, X number of tackles, he can do X number of shots, he's got so much mileage in his legs, he can run up and down, he's fit, athletic, blah, 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 blah. But unless you actually see it yourself, you know, you can look at videos. Videos could be edited and be made to look whatever they like. But you need to see a person in flesh and look at it and watch them. And make a choice that way. And not just watch them once, watch them 2 or 3 times to see if they're consistent. And can they hack it in the rigours of the Premiership? You know, can they make that big step up? I mean, if we're signing these AI players, you know, we could sign 5 or 6. And if we get 1 or 2 out of that 5 or 6, we'll make that breakthrough. It's jackpot time, because you bring them in for a minimum amount of money and you sell them on for big money, which makes sense, then you reinvest it again. That's business. That's how it works, and that's how it could be and should be. Sheffield United squad at the minute has got players who are in sort of that like category, like Cooper, like Amer, like Peck, like Blaster, and those type of players, Souza and Nell. We will make big money on those players if we chose to sell them. But it's got to be reinvested back in to make the squad better. You know, we don't want to be, if the board are ambitious and they want to get into the Prem, it's got to be a two-way thing. We've got the parachute payment is one thing. If you sell a player, that's just another thing. And they've got to invest their own money, that's a third thing. So Sheffield United are in a good place financially, I think. The restructuring of certain parts of the ground as well, you know, the infrastructure. I know they're doing work on the infrastructure, like the pitch and the car parks and stuff like that. But basically, you've got to strengthen on the pitch as well. And providing they've got the money to do that, that's fine. But the main question this morning is Chris here or not? I'm sure that will be answered very shortly, hopefully today. And if it is, I'll come back on and we'll discuss that, because there'll be a lot to talk about. It's coming a bad time, is it a bad time? I'm going on to my holidays on Saturday as well, to Turkey. So I'll be doing videos out in Turkey, no doubt. So if all this breaks in the next few days, so there's going to be lots to talk about. Whether I'd be disappointed if Chris does go, but well, let's just wait and see for now. Please put your comments in, like and subscribe as always. Keep this channel going forward, and I'll come back on as quickly as I can if something breaks. But there's nothing at this moment of time. It's 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, so let's just wait and see. I don't actually know the answer to that. I'll keep my ears to the ground. I'll be ringing up a few people and see if there's any more breaking news. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Up the blades and all that. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can with any updates that I've got. Cheers.